On Seth Talk today, I discuss where have I been the last 2 weeks? Two things. First, I was very ill. I was so sick that I couldn't even eat, let alone make a YouTube video. Yeah, it was bad. And second, much nicer, I visited my sister Corey at her place in New Jersey. We celebrated my birthday, had a lot of fun, and I'm appreciative to her for inviting me. But I thought I'd go ahead and share some of my adventures. Although, I should warn you, they are awkward. And maybe I shouldn't tell them to you because you'll lose all respect in me. But you know what? That time has passed. If you've watched this mini episode, there's no respect left. I might as well tell you what happened. So, on the first day, we went to the gym. And I lifted weights, I ran the treadmill. But the thing that I've noticed about gyms, and this is every gym that I have ever been to, there's always a bunch of naked old guys in the locker room. I don't know where they come from, they just pop into existence, I think. And I don't know what they're doing in there. They don't seem to be in any hurry to leave. They don't appear to be getting dressed. And I have never ever seen them actually using the gym. But I'll confess, I am a bashful person. And these old guys, they aren't bashful at all. They are very proud of all they have. And I'm more than happy to show it. But I get the feeling that some of them have been in there for 4 or 5 hours. I can't prove it, but I get that feeling. Just them sitting there talking about cigars and crime shows and Judge Judy and whatnot. But after I got through the locker rooms, I went into the sauna, and there were 2 old guys in there, but thankfully they were wearing towels. And the 3 of us were sitting in there. It was this curly, mustached old guy with like a pot belly, and the other one was just sort of a generic old guy. And they were like talking about, cigars and crime shows and Judge Judy. But I'd only planned on being in there for 5 minutes. And when the 5 minutes were up, at that exact same moment, the other old guy stood up and started to walk out. And I decided I'd go ahead and leave with him. And if you don't see a problem with that, allow me to explain. You see, by leaving at the same time as this generic old guy, it made it look like I had a crush on him, or that I was stalking him, or that I had a problem with this other old guy. And I get it, I am the weirdo in this situation. I should have waited after this one generic old guy left. But this other old guy, he turns to me and he looks at me and he's like, "Did I bother you?" And I was like, no, I was planning on leaving in 5 minutes anyways, which I'm sure sounded very convincing. But thinking back on it, I do realize it was the right decision to leave, because it would have been even way more awkward if I had, turned around and been like, "Yeah, you're right," and sat back down. Just me and this curly mustache, pot-bellied old guy together in the sauna with only our towels on. Probably for all eternity. But I don't know, maybe we would have become great friends, gone surfing, riding motorcycles. He could have appeared on the show. I keep imagining him for some reason being in his towel during all these activities. I don't know why. But that was the main adventure that I had. There is another one, not quite as funny, but I'll go ahead and tell it to you. I went to a masseuse, and surprisingly, that wasn't too awkward. I didn't mind it too much, although I kept my socks and pants on because, we Garrett County people, we're bashful folk. But as I'm going to leave, I'm paying, and she looks at me and is like, "Well?" And I'm like, is there something else? I mean, you patted my back, you touched my butt a little bit, you held my hand for a long time. Is there something going on here? And I look down and I realize on the desk it says, "Please tip your masseuse." And I didn't realize you're supposed to tip your masseuse. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. How much do you want?" Which was also probably not the right thing to say. But those are my stories. And I did have a good time, watched Top Gun Maverick, ate ice cream. But my question of the day for you is, if you were in these situations, do you think you would do the same thing as me? Please leave in the comments below and say that you would. It'd make me feel way better.
Hi, doggy.